ordering something that is back ordered is like when I was a kid and I had to wait 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. Hi everyone, Kenji here, and today we are going to be unboxing the Zoom F2 Field Recorder. Now, this over here, I actually ordered back at the beginning of December, and this was actually on back order because this was actually just coming out. And this over here is very interesting to me because I don't have any sort of lavalier mic. I've been using mostly like large capsule mics and small capsule mics and things like that. And I've always kind of wondered what it would be like to actually use a lav mic for these sort of like talks like that we have, or if I'm basically trying to do some sort of tutorial. I always thought that having a lav mic would actually be a lot better because that way when I step away from the mic, you can actually still get pretty decent audio. Because like right now the audio should be relatively good because I'm pretty close to my mic. As you can see, my mic is right here. I also have one up here that is just out of frame. But when I'm basically trying to explain something and I have to, let's say, back up to here, things are going to sound very, very different, and they're probably not going to sound very good. So let's go ahead and talk about a few things about this, and then we will get into the full unboxing. Now, this over here, the reason why I decided to wait for the back order to actually get shipped to the warehouse and then get shipped to me is because this is a 32-bit recorder, and from what people said, this particular recorder, you don't really have to set your levels on it because it automatically sets it, and because it's a 32-bit float type of recorder, you shouldn't ever be clipping your audio. Like right now, if I don't set my audio levels correctly for this mic over here, with my current USB audio interface, if I don't set the levels correctly, the gain correctly, the problem is that the audio can clip, or it could be super, super low, and that can actually just be really problematic. And it sounds really, really terrible when the audio clips. And I think there was actually a video maybe like a couple weeks ago where I did it, and then I noticed that the audio was clipping in some spots, and that kind of bugged me, but I think it was mostly tolerable, but I do apologize for that. But hopefully with something like this, and also with me being a little bit more careful with how I'm recording my audio, I hopefully shouldn't be running into situations where I'm actually clipping. So yeah, the fact that this is a 32-bit recorder, it should be really, really easy to use, I think, because you don't have to set the gain level or anything like that. So hey, let's go ahead and jump into it. Pretty much a standard box over here. Not too big, not too small. It's a Goldilocks zone sort of size. Just gonna open it up. I brought a knife just in case, but I don't think we'll need it. All right, here we go. Okay, nothing else left in the box. Put that on the side. Okay. So the first thing that they have over here is just a listing of the different things inside the package over here. So it looks like it will come with, well actually, we're gonna do the unboxing, so we're gonna see everything that is inside here. But first thing is they give you a list of everything to expect inside the box. Just gonna put that off to the side. Here is the instruction manual over here, and they put the English one on top. So I'm actually really hoping that I can actually just unbox this and immediately start using it, and I guess we will see what actually happens with that. But we'll see how dummy proof this is. What I'm really hoping is that I don't need to actually use this instruction manual. I'm hoping I can just put some batteries inside here, and then throw the lav mic on my shirt, and then I can, you know, continue with our conversation. So we'll see. So it has the English, then it has, I think this is Spanish over here. I really wish I took Spanish when I was younger. I don't know. This might be French over here. I did take French, but not enough to actually recognize it. And this is just some safety precaution stuff over here. So lots and lots of manuals in different languages, which I do not need, but I'm sure other people in other countries do. Or hey, in this country, if you happen to speak those languages as your first language. Hey, guess what, guys? We are back, and I just realized that I just showed a download access code on a piece of paper that I really shouldn't have probably shown. So that's why I kind of cut out and then I came right back. But anyway, what we have over here, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up so you can see. What we have over here is a piece of paper that says, "Stop, do not throw this away." And this is, I guess, some sort of download information for some software or something like that, or maybe it's like free like audio recording application or editing software. I'm not really sure. At the bottom there was like a download access code, and I it showed that the first time I actually kind of like brought it up to the camera, and then I brought it back, and then I realized, uh-oh, that had some download access information. Probably shouldn't have shown that, so I cut that out of the video, and that's why I just jumped over to this new part. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. And on to the next thing, which looks to be like the warranty information. Actually, no, it's just basically, nope, it is warranty on registration. So, and after this, it's just, I don't know, some other information about the company. So, moving on to the actual fun part. Yeah, okay. So, over here, this over here looks to be some different wind covers and things like that for the microphone. Let's go and take a look to see what sort of quality that we're getting. Something that I was a little bit nervous about is some people basically said that they wanted to replace the actual lav mic that came with this recorder, and I'm hoping I don't have to. I don't have a lot of things to compare it to other than my normal large capsule microphone, but if I don't need to, like, that'd be really, really good. So it has like a tiny little clip over here, which I guess clips onto your shirt. And it comes with these three little wind covers. So I'm going to put that just aside right here. Now let's move on to the next part. All right. Next part is the this is the actual lav mic that comes with this particular field recorder. As you can see over here, it has a tip over here that actually allows it to screw into the actual recorder. So this way you don't, by mistake, pull the microphone out and you don't realize it, and then all of a sudden you've been talking for the last half an hour or hour and that recorded absolutely nothing because your cord fell out. So the fact that it comes with a little screw that ensures that it will not get pulled out of your field recorder is actually a very, very good thing. The end over here is a pretty small, I'm gonna try to keep this in focus, a pretty small little tip over here. It's not ginormous. Now, of course, once you start adding the little windscreens on there, it's gonna get larger. But the actual size on it, let's see if I can actually figure out the exact size. This is exactly 1/4 inch on the diameter over here. And then the length on it is, oh, holding that the wrong way. The length on it up until you hit the tension relief is 7/8 of an inch. So it is a pretty small little microphone. I have seen ones that are smaller just from other videos that I've looked at, but it doesn't look like it's really, really huge, and you could probably conceal this pretty well. The actual tension relief actually looks to be pretty good. I don't think you're gonna run into too many problems with it. The one on this side actually looks to be a little small on the tension relief. Hopefully that's not gonna become a problem down the road where this will start to break down and then you might have to replace the microphone. I don't know. Let's go and see what sort of length on the cable that we have. The length on this cable, once I can get the other, this little twisty tie off there. All right, the length on this looks to be about maybe 5 feet or so. I can probably tell you in a second. I'm holding this out here. It's going to be approximate, guys. The approximate length is, survey says, about 5 feet. 5 feet. So 5 feet is, ooh, I almost ran over this with my chair. That would be really, really bad. Okay, so 5 feet is a pretty good length. It's not like one of those 15-foot cables that you can basically hook up to your camera or whatever and then stand like really far back. That's not really what this is meant for. I'm actually glad that they didn't do that, because if I had to basically wrap up 15 feet of cable and then shove it in my pocket every single time, that would probably really annoy me, and I would end up having to probably buy like a new mic just with a shorter cable. So 5 feet is definitely good enough to stick into your back pocket and kind of wrap up around your body and maybe go around the collars, but there's plenty of room for that. So yeah, so let's go ahead and put this down for a second and let's jump into the next part. Batteries, yay. It's always good when they always come with batteries. These are the nice Maxwell brand. Does Maxwell make like coffee and batteries? That'd be really interesting. Hey, whatever powers you, coffee or batteries. I prefer coffee. And final thing right here. This is the actual field recorder. It comes in this kind of interesting little pouch over here. It's not a true case, because a true case I would actually think that has a zipper or some sort of like clip or something. It's just literally like a little pouch. I kind of find that interesting. Oh man, I almost cursed there. I'm glad I didn't. But holy crow, this thing is small. Oh, I just blew over my windscreen. I will pick that up later. This thing is so small. Look at this. From all the pictures and stuff like that, I seriously thought that this would be a lot larger, but this over here is actually it's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. Man, look at that. I'm gonna try to hold it this way so I can get a nice good shot. Man, look at that. That is really, really cool. I mean, let's actually look at the actual size on this. The size on this thing over here is like 1 3/4 inches tall, and it is let's see, 3/4 of an inch wide, and then the length on it is including the clip. I'm gonna include the clip because it's not fair otherwise. It's 2 3/8 inches long. So 2 3/8 inches this way, 3/4 of an inch high, and then what did I say it was? It was 1 3/4 inch tall. Yeah, 1 3/4 inch tall this way. So this is really, really small. If you don't believe how small this is, go ahead and get out a ruler and draw out the dimensions that I just told you on a piece of paper, and you will see how big this actually is. This thing is so tiny. Let's go ahead and pop the batteries inside here, because I do want to actually hook this up to me and just start recording and just see like whether it actually works right out of the box without having to read the manual and stuff like that, because that would actually really speak to the user interface. So let's go ahead and pull these batteries out, these Maxwell batteries. Does Maxwell actually make coffee, or is it, what am I thinking of? Throw it down in the comments. What am I thinking of? Like, which coffee company sounds like Maxwell and they make coffee? Throw it down in the comments, because I'm really curious. There's something going through my brain right now, and hey, my brain sometimes is a train wreck. All right, here we go. Popped in the batteries. All right, batteries went in. I love that this included the batteries. I actually had a set of these end loops over here, and I had it all ready to go, and I wasn't sure what batteries it took, so I actually had some AA's and some AAA's all ready to go. But hey, this comes with batteries, so I don't even have to. I did see that this takes a micro SD card, so I do have one of those all set and ready to go. Let's pull this little tiny little fingernail size thing out, and let's pop it inside here. There's a little picture on the back. and it doesn't clip in. There's a little picture on the back. And try, actually, let me see if I can angle this so that you can see this a little bit better. There's a little picture right there. Right there. And that tells you which way to actually insert the card. And it does have like a little spring mechanism, so you just kind of push it and kind of springs in a little bit. And this little door. This door is... Man, I keep blowing these little things off my little table here. It's the second... There's 2 or 3 that I just blew off. Just because I keep breathing. And it's so lightweight. This door over here, it feels like it's loose, and I don't think that there's gonna be any problem with it. I'm just trying to evaluate whether I think that the door is like too loose or whether it's gonna be a problem down the road. Once I actually snug it inside, so I can basically use the little, let me face this for light. There's like a little like place right here that you can just stick your fingernail under and then just kind of pull it off. Just pull it off just like that. And after that, like this little door over here is, let me try to put this up to the camera. This little door over here, it's kind of loose, but it doesn't feel like it's actually gonna fall off. I think they just have it so that it just kind of dangles there. And then when you want to push it back in, you just kind of just push it in and then it just kind of clips into place. And I don't think it's gonna be a problem at all. Because it has like 2 little nubs on the side that kind of lock it into place. And once it's in there, it forms to the exact contour of the actual field recorder. And so I don't think it's gonna be popping off or anything like that. Okay, so I have it currently, okay, so it has batteries, it has a memory card. Now all you need to do is take this cable over here, and I just need to put it into the correct input. So they're on the top over here, they actually label, I'm gonna kind of angle it this way. So as you can see, the one over here is output, and the one next to it over here is input. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the microphone on the input side, and then I'm going to screw it down so it will not fall out. Am I doing this correctly? I've never actually had anything that actually has a screw on it. Okay, so yeah, I just put it in there. I just screwed it down. It's nice and tight now. So I hope that it's actually going to be recording well. And okay, so now at this point, this little clip over here is supposed to then, like as you can see right over here, let's put this right here. All right, so there's a little indentation right in between my 2 fingers. And that is where this little clip is going to go onto. Kind of fits it in. This is almost like one of the Lego hands, maybe slightly bigger. And then this little thing is gonna fit in right in that little notch. And it actually clips in, and it clips in kind of in a satisfying way. I don't know if you could actually hear that, but I just clipped it in. And now at this point, I can actually take this little wind screen and I can fit it on top. And now there you go. It's all set up and ready to go. So all I need to do at this point is hook it onto my shirt. And let's see, can I do it right here? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So, so here's the test. Here's the test. You're gonna know whether this is gonna work or not, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start recording this. I'm gonna do a sound sync so I can sync up my audio. And if it doesn't work, basically what you're gonna hear is what you're gonna see is I'm gonna basically throw some text inside there that said that the initial test didn't work and I had to read the instruction manual. And then it's gonna probably jump to like the next part of this video. So let's go ahead and turn this on. It has, as you can see right here on the front, has only 5 buttons, and it has like a locking thing over here. So you can't by mistake turn the field recorder on and off by mistake. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip that on. Oh, actually it's on hold right now. So it actually has 3 positions: hold, and then it has on over here, and then it has off. So I don't know what hold means. I have no idea what hold means, but here we go. So right now, as you can see right there, the top over here has two LEDs. One of them is for the battery. So batteries came good. And then the top one is input. And right now that's showing green, and see, like when I stop talking, you can see it kind of flashes down, or the green light turns off. Now, I don't know whether it actually turns like yellow and red if it's clipping. Now, theoretically, with a 32-bit recorder, it shouldn't be clipping. So let's go ahead and hit the record button. And yeah, let's see what happens, right? Let's see. So hitting the record button. Oh, and right here on top, you can see right there, it should theoretically be recording. And at that point, I think at that point I can basically hit the turn on hold. And now if I hit this little red button again, it should theoretically not turn off. Yeah, so like every single time I hit it, you kind of see the power level or the recording LED kind of flicker, but then it doesn't actually go off. All right, so anyway, let's do a sound sync. And 3, 2, 1, sync. Okay, so now I'm going to be using that in order to sync up my audio between this field recorder here and all my other microphones that I'm using right now. So let's continue to talk a little bit more about this. And what I might do is I might actually kind of switch in between the two, like my main mics and my lav mic. So let's actually do a quick test. This is me talking on my regular microphones over here. I have a small capsule pencil mic over here, XLR phantom powered, and I also have my large capsule condenser mic over here, and that is also XLR, and it is phantom powered. So this is me talking on that. Test, test, test. Now let's go ahead and switch over to this mic over here. And now I should be talking on this, or sorry, you should be hearing the sound that is recorded by this field recorder and recorded by the lav mic that is included inside the kit. Test, test, test. So I'm actually kind of curious to see whether I can make the sound on this over here sound just as good as my normal microphones. I really hope that I can, or at least come pretty close. So let's go ahead and continue talking about this a little bit. Now, this over here is, like, there's only 5 buttons on here, which I find to be really kind of cool. They have a stop button, a play button, and then they have a output volume minus and an output volume plus. That is it. So it's a very simple recorder, which I kind of like, because that means that I don't really have to fiddle around with a lot of stuff. I can just kind of clip this onto my pocket and put this onto my collar, and then I can just start using it. And that's really what I'm looking for with this sort of field recorder. If I wanted something much more complicated, then hey, I would buy something much more complicated. I just wanted something that I can use for these sort of YouTube videos, and I don't really have to worry a lot about setting up a bunch of stuff. And one of the big reasons why I did want to get this guy over here is because this is super tiny. That is what I wanted. I did not want to have a large field recorder that I had to jam into my back pocket or had to worry about when I'm out in the field. I wanted something ultra compact. And you know what? With this over here, this is ultra compact. Like, I don't know if you can get any more compact than this. Something I did actually forget to tell you was the price on this. The price on this is $150. I bought this from Adorama. I'm really liking Adorama right now, but I bought this from Adorama. It was on back ordered. They were really good about the communication with me about the item being back ordered and what to do about, you know, if I wanted to cancel my order or things like that. But I wanted to just be patient. So I bought this from Adorama. It was $150. They also have a Bluetooth version of this, and the Bluetooth version, I want to say, is like $250. So it is a little bit more expensive. Let me double check on that right now. So I just checked, and it is not $250. It is $199.
So for an extra 50 bucks, you can actually get the Bluetooth version of it, which I think allows you to use an app with it and do like a few extra things. Like in order to, I think, set like the different levels and things like that. Whereas I think this one over here, I'm gonna show you that at the top over here, right there, there is a wrong side, this side right here. Okay, this side over here has a USB input. And this USB input looks to be, it might be a USB-C. I think this is a USB-C, not a micro USB. And if it is, I would actually be happy about that. Now, I'm not sure if you can use that for powering this or whether it's just to, get the audio files off the card if you didn't want to actually eject the card every single time. I'm not exactly sure, but as I said, I didn't do a ton of research on this. I just read a couple things that this is a 32-bit recorder and it's not supposed to clip and you don't have to set audio levels. It's basically the easiest sort of audio lav mic to actually use. And that's really what I wanted. Now, I hope it actually lives up to my expectations for just something that I can just set it and forget it. But we will see. I will tell you whether it's easy or hard in order to get the files off this thing and actually, whether the files are really easy to use, being 32-bit files and things like that. I'm going to give you all my thoughts, but this is just the unboxing and my first impressions.
So let's go ahead and go to the conclusion. This guy over here, my conclusion is that this is an ultra small recorder. They really kind of minimize everything. All the buttons on here are pretty much, it looks like only the essential buttons are on here, no extras. And that's actually good because it keeps the entire thing smaller. It takes AAA batteries where, you can get that at any CVS or any gas station. So if you basically, run out of battery, it's not gonna be hard to actually get more batteries for this. Whereas if it came with watch batteries or something like that, that would be a huge pain in the butt. And that would actually probably cause me to right then and there say, you know what, this is not gonna work for me, and I would just send it right back. But with AAA batteries, I don't have any problems with that. I don't know what the actual recording time on this is. I want to say from memory that it might have been around 14 hours that you can record off of 2 AAA batteries. But I will let you know once I know that for sure. I do like that you can actually screw on the actual lav mic, so you don't ever have to worry about this cable coming out while you're trying to record something, and then you only find out later that you recorded absolutely nothing. So I like that it has the actual screw on for the input, and it also has it for the output too. It comes with the lav mic, so I do like that this field recorder comes with a lav mic. And I like that the lav mic also comes with the screw-on sort of bracket. It's not one of these things where the field recorder supports it, but the lav mic that they included didn't have it. So they were thinking ahead, and they made sure that you have everything that you need inside this one kit. You can basically pull this out of the box, and you can immediately start using it. Oh, except for the micro SD card. It didn't come with one of those, but I didn't expect it to. And I had several of them sitting around anyway, so I didn't expect it to have that inside the box. But other than not having the micro SD card in the box, this thing is ready to go right out of the package. And I think that is actually really, really stellar. The last thing I do want to actually bring up is that this over here has a little belt clip on it, and the belt clip is made out of metal. It's not plastic. It's definitely very springy. I think once you clip this onto your pocket, this thing is not going to move at all. This thing is very stiff. And because it's made out of since it's made out of metal, I don't really have any problems where I don't think that this belt clip over here is going to break at all. I think it's going to be perfectly fine. So far, for $150, I'm very happy with this. We will see once I actually pull the audio file off of this and actually try and process it and see how well it compares to my normal microphones. So you will find out my final thoughts on that later. But right now, I'm actually very happy with it, and I'm extremely excited to start using this inside my wood shop to, you know, like record different videos, or inside here when I'm trying to, you know, show some sort of tutorial on like how to do lighting, or, you know, things like that. So, hey, if you have any questions, don't forget to throw your questions down in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer it. I try to get back to people as soon as I possibly can about those things. And hey, until the next unboxing or next review, take care.